I'm not matching profiles, I'm matching people. Yeah.
Nowadays,
Did you find therapy helpful?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, big time. I think therapy is always helpful. I don't think it's utilized enough by just everyday people. I think it's an important tool to self-realization, self-actualization. Learning who you are, who you were, like why you are the way you are. I think if you want to better yourself, I think even one therapy session would probably do everyone a whole bunch of good. Yeah, definitely.
You guys would go together.
Yeah, we went through a couple. Yeah, we went through a rough patch where it was like, hey, maybe we should go talk to somebody else. Like.
Did it bring you closer together, or just brought you back to where you were?
I think it brought us closer together. Yeah, definitely. Brought us back to where we were, and then some, and then further than that, because we were then able to, you start to recognize patterns that you're in, and, destructive patterns, you start to realize where, like, what's going wrong and how you can avoid going down those same paths. So you start to then, instead of things going wrong, things go right. So you end up fixing those patterns and then getting into like positive, patterns.
Yeah.
Like, or, I don't know.
It's like unwiring and rewiring.
Yeah.
It's
difficult
difficult to do.
Right. Yeah. It's difficult to do on your own because you keep falling into the same patterns. You can't, the way you communicate with somebody, it's hard to change that after a number of years, and it's hard to, communicate the things you're thinking about what they're thinking, when you're coming at somebody or they're coming at you, you're not exactly taking it in the way they're giving it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, it's sometimes like when you're joking around with somebody and they're not taking it as a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's like that. Oh, well, I was joking. I thought I was joking. Dude, I was joking, It's like, just because your intent isn't necessarily always translated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even no matter how much positive intent you have, that's not always translated.
The transmission is misinterpreted or misunderstood.
Right.
Or, from what you're hearing or what you're saying and you're hearing in your own head.
Yeah.
But they're taking it as something completely different.
In a different way. And at no fault of their own either. No. It's perspective. It's it's their own perspective. How whatever they come from or whatever they bring to the relationship, it's that's what so you're at odds with each other, but it's nobody's fault. But you start to place blame because you
become to resent each other.
Yeah.
Become like misunderstandings and resent each other.
Right. Over things that could be easily talked out with somebody else in the room who's trained to do it.
And then you have egos and insecurities on top of that.
Right. Oh yeah.
So then,
big time.
That's what. That's at the end of the day. That's what gets in the way.
Yeah.
Once you can break that.
Yeah.
And actually hear the person of what.
Right.
What they actually are saying as opposed to what you're interpreting it as.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And then you can. Or even if you fall back into that pattern of communicating with this person the way you were, that was creating tension, there's better understanding there so that tension is kind of alleviated because they now know like I have a tendency to get like loud. Like both my parents were very loud talkers, and all three, me and my two brothers, all three of the boys in my family, we can get very loud, especially when we get excited, and we're talking.
Excitable,
Yeah, excitable. And our voices can get very, very loud. And so when I'm amped up or excited or even aggravated, I can get very loud. And then, but it's not always like an aggravated or an angry thing. Like sometimes I'm just amped up and I'm like really, I'm really amped about what I'm talking about. So I start to get loud. And it comes across as like
aggressive, probably
as aggressive
to her,
right?
But
to her,
you're not being aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive,
but she feels probably overtaken or like
right.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's things like that, like You know, whereas, okay, she's like, you know, she can be like, okay, I get it. You know, he just gets amped up. Like, he's not aggravated with me, or he's not angry. He's just like really into what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And, like,
Very, very intense.
and like, yeah.
You can be passionate
Or
with
he's
intense.
aggravated about what he's talking about, but not aggravated with me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah. So it's things like that. Like, you could possibly work that stuff out by yourselves, you know, if you really have, I don't know, the drive to do it. Like, that's, again, it's that intimacy, that, you know, being
Completely
individuals, being vulnerable. But I don't think a lot of people have the tools to do that themselves. So therapy's, you know, a wonderful way to kind of make that happen, kind of force it to happen. And the both of us, you know, have done individual therapy as well as couples therapy. And yeah, I can't say enough about it. I mean, good things anyway. Like, it's, I think you're doing yourself a disservice if anyone in your life was like, I'd like you to go to therapy with me, and you're like, nah, you know, or I think you could use therapy, and you're like, no, I'm not, that's not me. I'm not going to do that. It's like, why? Because you don't want to better yourself? You can't hurt anything, you know?
Because I think people, you know, they take that as, well, then that must mean I'm broken.
Right.
It's,
Yeah,
and that's it's a very
yeah.
unhealthy attitude. But they feel, what does that mean? I'm fucking broken. I'm flawed. I'm not
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just the opposite. You know, like,
Right.
you need to embrace who you are, but you can better yourself.
Or you are broken.
You are broken.
Yeah. You are broken. And if you want to fix yourself, you might want to get on that. You know?
Up on the next fucking bus. You know?
Yeah, guy, come on. You're shattered.
Hey, I'm right there with you. Let's go together.
Yeah.